I'm going to show you how to take a readability score for your website. So you need a blank Word document open, and you obviously need your website open. You need to find some paragraphs of text on your site. You can't do this if you haven't got any paragraphs of text. I've got a couple of paragraphs that I can take here. I'm not going to take these kind of headings and things, that's not very useful. But I'm going to copy, even though it's a small amount, I'm going to copy and paste these paragraphs of text into Word. My text is actually white, so I just need to change the colour so I can actually see it. Let's take another paragraph from here. Copy that one. Oops. And I paste it in here. Change the colour. So, I've got my text inside a Word document now. That's absolutely fine. And to do a readability score, you actually run the spell check, but before you do this you need to check the settings in Word. So go up to File, go to Options, and you're looking for the proofing settings. And if you look down here, there's a box that says Show Readability Statistics, and when it runs the spell check, at the moment it probably doesn't show you these at the end, but I need to tick so it does display them once it's run the spell check. So just say OK to that, and then go to Review and run your spell check. Obviously deal with anything that comes up. You can either correct or ignore anything that comes up. And then at the very end, this box appears of readability statistics. Now it's quite a good idea to do a print screen so you get a copy of this. So I'm going to do Alt and print screen, say OK, and then I can paste it into my document. So I've got a copy of that score. Now there's two scales here. Well, there's different scores that it's showing you. It's telling you how many words and characters and paragraphs you've got on this page. It's telling you your average word, sentence length, the average characters per word, quite a few different statistics it's showing you. I seem to have very long words per sentence in this one because I've got these dashes and I'm using rather long sentences, so I'd probably comment, I've just circled a bit I'm talking about. If I was evaluating this, I probably would comment that this words per sentence is rather long here, and I probably want to make that a bit shorter. Okay, so let's just get rid of this fill. So this words per sentence 38 is way too long. You want your sentences to be much shorter than that. So that's something you could comment on. If you come up with a high score like mine, you could say you really ought to make the sentences shorter, or you could actually comment if yours is lower than mine that your sentences are a good length. If we move down to this bit here, there's some different readability scores here. And I'm just going to talk about these two, the Flesch Reading Ease and the Flesch Kincaid Grade Level. They sound really bizarre. The first one, the Flesch Reading Ease, has come out at 23.5. Now, the higher that number, the easier it is to read. So something that's maybe 85 or 90 or higher, it goes up to 100 this scale, would be very easy for a child to read up to the age of 10 or 11. Something between, say, 30 and 70 or 80 should be suitable for most teenagers and adults. Anything below 30 is actually quite difficult to read and is more, anyone who finds reading a bit difficult or hasn't studied up to university level possibly could struggle with it. So again, my scores come out a bit low there. I really want to be more up in the 50s or 60s. I don't really want to be down on 23.5. So that score is a bit low. You really want to be higher up to have a good readability. And you can see why it's come out that high. In my text I've got words like officially, military, ultra intense, blistering, all these long words that I'm using are actually making my text quite confusing and quite hard to read. There's another score here that indicates what kind of level, and this is the Flesch Kincaid Grade Level, and that relates to the American school grades. So in America, if this, say, came out at 8, it would mean that students in their year 8 would be able to read it easily. I think their years are just one out from ours, so their year 8 is the same as our year 9. So their year 19 is going to be up at sort of university age. Okay, it's past school age. If it came out as an 8 or a 9, you're looking at our year 9 or 10 students being able to read it. of the average year 9 or 10 student being able to read it. If it comes out at 6 or 7, you're looking at the average year 7 or 8 students being able to read it. So the Fresh Kincaid grade level is a number that relates to a year or a grade of school, and the American ones are just one out from the British ones. You can get some information on the different scores on Wikipedia actually. It's the easiest way to find it, and I'll give you a link to that. So there's the first one I showed you, there's the scores there up to 100, which show you what your score means, whatever you get for your text, and what kind of age group could read it. And then there's the Fresh Kincaid grade level as well, which is explained again there. So you could take a readability score, take a screenshot of it like I have, discuss it with me in class, we can talk about what the scores mean, and then you can make a comment on it in your evaluation.